Hi everyone, welcome to Codersarts YouTube channel. So in today's video, we will be learning how we can deploy our web application on Vercel. What are the different process, how you can deploy it through GUI, and how if you want to use CLI, how you can deploy it through CLI. So I'll be catering both of these aspects. Also, I'll be also letting you know some of the facts and figures about Vercel, how big Vercel is, what are like who are the clients that Vercel is serving, and different other things. So if you directly want to jump onto the deployment section, then timestamps will be visible on your screen, so you can directly jump onto that section. But I will just take 2 or 3 minutes of your to let you know more about the Vercel and its services. So let's move ahead. So basically, what is Vercel? So Vercel is basically a cloud platform that helps developers build, host, and scale their web application. So you can consider it as a service provider where you can you just have to focus on your development thing. Rest everything is catered by Vercel only. Now it's designed to simplify the deployment process specifically for front end and serverless application. Now, if you're not aware about this term serverless, so it basically means you don't have any specific server which is running continuously. You have like whenever there's a request comes, a server get spin up for you, and it caters that particular request. So serverless basically means no dedicated server is running for you. So whenever a request came, new servers just spin up for that particular request, and after some times that particular server also shut down. So this is basically the serverless would mean. So Vercel cater this thing, like Vercel provides a serverless architecture to host our application, uh, which is fast compared to server architecture. Now, Vercel is the creator of Next.js, which is a React framework, and Next.js basically you can think of it as a application which renders all of your things in the server. Like whenever user makes any request, all the processing, everything computation happens on the server, and user just get HTML, CSS, and JavaScript file. So it's a kind of, you can say, more SEO friendly and different other things. Now, Netflix, Starbucks, and Uber, TikTok, these are some of the clients who are using Vercel for their like for deploying different services. Now, if I just tell you some of the facts about Vercel, you will be really shocked. So, first thing, approximately 0.6% of all websites use Vercel as their hosting provider. Now, you'll be thinking 0.6% is like too less, but as of 2025, we have over 1.16 billion approximately website hosting on the internet. So, even if you think of 0.6% of that number, it's huge. Now, over 1 million live websites are hosted on Vercel. So, these 1 million number is like current number. I mean, the websites that are continuously running. Now, Vercel handle over 1 million deployments per day. That's a huge number. Like 1 million deployment, it can be of new deployment, or it can be like uh, changing the already production websites. Vercel also support 35 frameworks, including Next.js, Nux, and GUI. So like you have flexibility to choosing different frameworks and other things, and Vercel supports most of them. Now, Vercel processes petabytes of data transfer each month. So, if you're not aware about this term petabyte, so petabyte like 1024 TB equals to 1 petabyte. So, you can consider it as a like huge number, like really huge number. Okay, now let's move on to the deployment part. So basically we have two ways of deployment. First one is the CLI and second one is GUI. So CLI simply means command line interface, where we just write some command to deploy our website. And the second one is GUI interface, where we get a graphical user, like GUI means graphical user interface. So we get a GUI interface where we can just deploy our website by just by clicking some steps. So I'll be letting you know both the steps, whichever suits well for you, just move ahead with that one. So let's first see the GUI part. Later on, we will see the CLI part. So this is the GUI interface part. So we will be learning how you can upload your project with GUI. We have set up this Next.js project. If you have a React project, go ahead with that one. As I have mentioned earlier, it supports 35 frameworks. So whichever suits well for you, you can start with that one. So as you can see, we have set up this Next.js project. Let me show you the output of this project so that it's easier for you to understand or compare whether our project is deployed or not. So I'm copying this link and after that, let's go over here. You can just click on this. And as you can see, I have just created a dummy interface where we have Snowpad, search box, few buttons, sidebars, and all of these things, just to make sure our project is really deployed or not. So this is the interface. Now to deploy the project on Vercel, firstly you have to create an account. So you can just type Vercel. Go ahead with the first link. Click on start deploying. It will ask you to register first. So you can register, like you can attach your GitHub account, GitLab or Bitbucket, whatever suits for you. So go ahead with GitHub part. You can give all the credentials, like authenticate your GitHub account, give your username, give your password, and just signs up. So I have done this process, so I will not do this again. But this is the simple process. You just have to give the credentials and all done. Now, after doing this process, you will be redirected to this kind of interface. So I have some of the project mentioned over here, but initially if you have just signed up, you won't be seeing any uh, projects. So you will click on this add new, click on this project. Here you will be seeing all of your uh, repository that you have in your GitHub account. So let's create a new repository so that we can also start deploying that particular project. So let's go to the GitHub, create new repository, choose the owner, give it a name, Vercel deploy. Just let's make it public only. Click on create repository. Okay, we can just copy this thing. Let's again go ahead with this and first let's initialize the project repository. After that, get -v. We are attaching that one. Sorry, it's get remote add origin and then URL, pasting it. It's attached. You can just verify that also. Yes, it's attached. Now let's push these things. First, get adding everything. If you have git ignore file, just make sure it's in the git ignore file. So if just make sure your credentials don't get pushed into the GitHub repository. Now let's commit that thing also. Project done. Git push origin master, and our project is pushed to the GitHub. We can also verify. You can just click on refresh and done. So as you can see, our project is being pushed to the GitHub. Now we can just go over here. We can, as you can see, our project Vercel deploy is visible over here. Now if you want to go ahead with this one, just click on import. uh, this interface will appear. It will automatically fetch the framework. So it's just saying Next.js because we are working with Next.js. Our root directory is dot slash. Is there any build command that you want to run? Like it has fetched, like we have not changed the build command, so it has predefined fetch these things. If you have any environment variable that you want to push it, so you can just write all of these things over here. You can just click on deploy and your project will be deployed. It takes some times, but yeah, generally it's fast only. So you can just wait for some minutes. Okay, so as you can see, we got the congratulation message. You just drop this project. We can just go to the dashboard section, and here we will get the URL. As you can see, this is the URL. You can click on this and boom, we got our project. So uh, I have showed you the local deployment, that's why, so that we can just verify ki our project has deployed in the right way or not. So whatever we have seen in the local development, it's there on our link. We can just share this link with anyone, and that particular person will be able to view our project. So this is the GUI part, like how you can use the graphical user interface to deploy your project. Now let's see how you can use the CLI and how you can deploy your project with CLI. CLI is basically like, it's a very small step. Like here you have deployed everything to GitHub, then pull it from the GitHub. But with the CLI, the process is very smooth. You just have to run few commands, and after that, if you just want to change the production code, for that you just have to run a single command, and your production code will be changed. So let's go ahead and see the CLI part. So as we have seen the output of this particular code, it's look like this. Now let's deploy this thing with command line. So to deploy the things, we have to run few commands, not few, like just 2 or 3 commands, and then we are good to go. So we just have to run these 2 commands. So firstly, open your terminal, install Vercel globally, so that you can access it from anywhere. So we just have to run this command, or we can just copy this command and paste it over here, press enter. It will install Vercel globally, so that whichever project you want to deploy, you can just run command Vercel, and rest is like everything will be deployed. So it's downloading Vercel on a global level. So let's wait for a few minutes. Okay, so we are done with the downloading part. Now we have to run the second command, which is Vercel login. So it simply means that firstly you have installed the Vercel. Now you are giving credential, like which account you want to use, or which account will be used for deploying all of your projects. So you just have to type Vercel login. It will give you some options. Okay, we have some options like continue with GitHub, continue with GitLab, Bitbucket, email, whichever suits for you. If you want to go with GitHub, go ahead with GitHub. So I'll be going ahead with GitHub only. So I will just click on continue with GitHub, click enter. I'll be redirected to uh, login page. So as you can see, Vercel CLI login successful, because I have already logged in, as I have showed you. So I have logged in. Now in my terminal, I will get a message, congrats, you have now logged in. Now in order to deploy something, just run Vercel. So it's a very simple process. Now if I just run this command Vercel and press enter, it will ask for few information like set up and deploy this particular project. I will press yes. Then it will say uh, for which user. So I will say go ahead with this one only. Now link to existing project, I will say no, there's no project. What will the project name? So keep this thing in mind, that this project name will be appear in the domain, like whatever name that you will give, so it will be appear over there. So if I just give Vercel deploy, so it will come like Vercel deploy dot Vercel dot app. Or if that particular thing is not available, then they will add like Vercel deploy uh, abcd.vercel.app. So you can keep that thing in mind. I will press enter. What is the directory? I will go ahead with this one only. Do you want to modify the setting? I will click on no. Then it start linking the project. So basically my build is being created, and as you can see, I got the production link. If I just click on this, like it's a quite big link that we have got. But we have also an option to change the domain. So if you don't like this domain, then you can attach your custom domain. It's also available in the dashboard of the Vercel. So let's wait till the time it's building. So it's building. Let's wait. The production link is not active. It will, if you just try to open that link, it will show your product is in building stage. So wait for some time. Yeah, now it's available. So if you click on this particular link, it's accessible. You can just share the link with anyone, and they will be able to see your project. Authenticating now, as you can see. we have reached to the particular page where we have deployed our project with CLI. So this is just a simple command that you can use to deploy your project. It's a very simple process. Now, one more thing that I want to share with you is that if you want to, like if you have deployed this project, now you want, you have made some changes. Now, what next? So to do that, it's a very simple process. You can, let's suppose I'm making some changes over here. I am, instead of Snowpad, I can just write Codersart, and I clicked on save. I go over here. I will just write, if I want to push this thing to the production, I will just write Vercel and press enter. Vercel minus minus prod, and just press enter. Your like everything will be pushed into the production directly. You just don't have to do anything. Like it's a very simple process. So that's why I was saying, if you learn how to deploy the things with CLI, things will be very easier for you. So you don't have to manually go to like push the thing to the GitHub. It will automatically fetch from there. You just have to run few commands and your website will be live. So just wait for some time. It's creating a build. Yeah, we are done. Now if I just go to link again, authenticating, and as you can see, my the name has been changed. I hope you have understood how you can deploy your website on Vercel with different methods, either it's a GUI or CLI, whichever suits for you. Now, if you have any questions or any suggestions, you can just let me know in the comment section. And if you have any project idea in your mind that you want to convert into actual product, or if you want to convert into an MVP, you can just mail us on contact@codersart.com, or either you can visit our site, which is www.codersart.com. And if you want to reach us on our social media handles, links will be available in the description box. We are very much open to any queries from your side and help you out with that. So that's it from my side. See you in the next video.